We do
To be
have
honest,
multiple
we are
murder
big fans
hobos.
of murdering poor, defenseless,
Yes.
somewhat incapacitated.
I'm going to acknowledge that. I don't know what you're
I'm
talking
looking at you, Bree.
Yeah, everybody's looking at you, Bree.
Oh, this person just magically fell asleep. The perfect time to stab them in the neck.
All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Nat One Network. I'm Terry Mayo, and I'm the Dungeon Master for our campaign, Whispers and Echoes, brought to you by Mainframe Comic-Con and Nat One Network. It is a custom adventure set in the Forgotten Realms, and brought to you again by Nat One Network. If you like what we're doing here, go ahead and give us a like, a subscribe, put a comment down below, hit the notification bell so you can come back next week and join in the shenanigans.
Or I'll
you
steal your unborn children.
All right, there's that. Or you could also follow us on Nat One Network on Twitter and Instagram. Speaking of Nat One Network, let me see if I can find our adventurers. Ooh, Joshua, Carla, Freddie, Eric, Barney, Rick, welcome back.
Oh, you're there.
It's good
I
to be
didn't
back.
see you there.
Oh,
We
hi.
need 2 more
Welcome.
spots to make our undead Brady Bunch. We're almost there.
Here's a story about a damn big Brady.
Can we get another girl, please?
Another girl, yeah, 1 or 2. I keep begging my
Please?
wife to come and play with us, but for whatever reason, she's seen every episode and she's like, "No, I'm not in a million fucking years." I'm like, "Come join
I don't know
you."
about this obsession with rice.
She was making her character, then after the last episode, she was like, "No, I can't."
Join us.
Just- for some reason, I feel like I'm never going to be invited over the Mayo residence.
Wait, that guy could be in my head? I don't think so, mister.
All right, well,
They'll only serve you rice. You
That's
couldn't
Ever. Yeah.
rice and beer. Soaked in it.
Or sushi or the thing. Yeah.
Bathe in white rice.
I don't think anybody has any important announcements or anything to get to. No giveaways, no nothing like that. But so we're just going to kind of get into our episode. We have a lot to uncover tonight, and I'm hoping that we can do it. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe a TPK. I don't know. We'll see.
Just do it. Sponsored by Nike.
Not really sponsored by Nike, in case anybody actually wants to sponsor us.
I don't think they thought that. We were
Yeah, I don't
supposed
think
to.
that we were getting any-
I think that they will know.
By the way, Under Armour is not wearing or paying me to wear this hat.
Okay. All right. Also good to know. Thank you so much, Fred. All right. Well, with that, we are going to jump into episode 9 of Whispers and Echoes.
Echoes.
where we last left off. After making their way to the Serpent Shrine in the city of Stonewall, the group began a descent into the dungeon under the shrine. There they discovered a bloodbath of dead Yuan-Ti, dead Whisper soldiers. They now find themselves surrounded by the bandits, by Whisper, by the undead, and possibly more. And that is where we're going to start tonight. So you left off, just as a quick recap, you guys had fought off a small little unit of bandits and what seemed like mummies or undead. Moth, in all his wisdom, decided to run off towards sounds of laughter and splashing water. There he was encountered by what he determined to be bandits, and he took an arrow to the shoulder. You guys heard him rage or scream in rage, and that is where we're beginning.
Where are we in the initiative order?
In the initiative order, the bandit with the arrows. So we're actually at the top of the order, and that was Cask, I believe. And that was Cask.
Ah, boy. Okay.
So we are starting an initiative. All right, everybody's staying in their same initiative that they were in, and
Oh my gosh.
we have Cask.
So I just saw stuff come from this room, right?
Yeah,
That's where they had come from, and then
that's where the. Yeah.
did I notice Moth run? No, or you say we heard him scream.
Yeah, you heard him scream off to in this area.
Okay. If I heard him yell, then I will move. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will move. Where am I right now? 1, 2. How can we move diagonal, or is that 10 feet?
No, it's fine. You can do that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right to the edge there.
Okay.
Oh wait, my movement's 30 feet. Right to here, and then using my bonus action, I'll say, "You're doing great, man!" and cast Bardic Inspiration, and then I'll use the rest of my movement to sprint back to exactly where I was before.
Remind us, Cask, is that a D6?
I do believe so. Level 2. Yeah, Moth.
Do you need to be able to see him?
No, they have to be able to hear me within 60 feet.
Okay.
And it is 1d6.
Okay. All right. So, anything else that you can do, Cask?
Nope. Cheers.
All right. All right. So, Moth, what you hear from behind you is your buddy, your furry little buddy, Cask, yelling some inspiration to you, and your the goosebumps on your skin. You're mixed with rage and just this feeling of overconfidence and power. And then you see a human carrying a large spear running towards you.
It only feels good for a minute.
All right. And he is going to.
First time always hurts.
Moth 16 to hit.
That does not hit.
Okay. All right. So as you're sitting there pumped up, you just see this javelin, this spear, coming straight past you. You hear the sound of the wind, but it comes nowhere near you. You do see the silhouette of this human standing there, and he's reaching for another weapon.
Puny twigs.
All right, and then next up is Bree and Kellen. You are on deck. Muted.
Read a blender.
Sorry. La la la. So I'm gonna dash. Okay. So I don't know why I can move my. There you go. So I think this is all I can actually move.
Okay.
Here. and I'm gonna ready. I'm gonna take out my dagger.
Okay. All right. Kellen, you are up.
Okay, so is it weird that there's undead people and there's the Whisper? Have any of you ever seen the Whisper before? I know I haven't. It's weird. So I'm going to, I guess, head over toward Bree as well. Let's see. It's not loading.
Zada, you're on deck.
Roger.
Zatara. Oh, I'm all way up there. So,
Call me Zadaddy.
Z Daddy.
so
Prestidigitation. Light show.
Bree, what do you see?
I see the same room that we came in. I don't think I have any eyesight of anyone else, right?
No, from where you're at, you don't see Moth, and you don't see anyone else in this room.
Yeah.
Okay, Kellen, is there anything else you can do or want to do?
No, not at all.
All right.
Actually, but I can actually use my action to sprint, I guess, can't I?
Mm-hmm.
So I think I will move a little bit closer just to see what's going on. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. All right. Big Z Daddy, you're up.
Z-Daddy here.
Boot, you're on deck.
Let me correct this initiative order that I have written down. Z-Daddy. Yeah, no worries. Z-Daddy will go running through. Let's see. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. All the way over here. I just kind of like hurdle over the gnomes. Or the gnome and the halfling.
Okay. You have dark vision, right?
I do.
Dark vision,
120 feet.
120? Okay. So you do see Moth there. He's got an arrow sticking out of his shoulder. You see an arrow roughly landing in the puddle of water. And you do maybe catch a little bit of a glimmer of a silhouette of a guy in the shadows. He's not directly in your eyesight, but you can see that there's something in that cave.
All right. I use my bonus action to call out and
Anything?
say, "Noble warrior, fall back so we can cover you."
Okay. All right. Anything else you would like to do?
Just look good.
Look good. All right. Well, achievement.
Yes.
All right.
You leveled up.
Boot, you're up, and then Moth, you're on deck. Oh, yeah, you're muted, mate. You're still muted, mate.
I remember
All
my
right,
first time
there
with
we
the
go.
microphone.
Multiple mutes to decontrol. So I want to look at both of the smallest members of our party, like running out as quick as they can. Obviously not that quick. Just kind of snicker to myself, and then Sada here runs off. I'm gonna look at the open door to my right, look at Cass, and then go like this. Make a motion for shush, and slink. Let me get my actual movement up. I want to slink kind of to the door post and peer in. Can I see anything in this room? Any individuals of ill repute?
Oh.
You have full vision in this room. You do see that there is a candle, a pretty powerful candle. Next to it, there's a pretty large chest, a series of beds. You do see kind of this. Well, you didn't see the first room, but you do see beds, and it looks like that there was an ill-tempted fated rebellion in here, as far as like the Yuan-Ti fighting back. But you do see about 5 to 6 Yuan-Ti priestesses, all dead. It looks like they were all bludgeoned with weapons or cut their throats.
Ooh.
There is a bridge and a bridge over the water. Sorry, but it's a pretty big room, pretty well lit room. pretty.
Okay. I'm gonna lean over to Cask and then I'll say, "Hey, there's a lot of dead bodies in here, and I don't think these ones are the type that are rising again." And then I want to peer back into it. Do I see any entrances, exits, anything that like would lead me to believe that it's kind of leading further in the direction that I know that kind of Moth is heading? Like I'm
no,
mostly
not-
thinking in these places, like towards this area and this area, like back here.
Do me a favor and just roll for nature real quick.
Nature. All right.
Nature. See what kind of nature skills you got, boyo.
14 plus 1, so we got 15, don't we? It's 15 in it.
All right. Yeah. So what you do notice, and this is again, it's maybe to the naked eye it wouldn't seem like much, but you are seeing ripples, and it almost looked like the flow of the water is moving towards the left, towards this area, like the water is flowing down that way.
So, sorry.
and away
So
from
flowing
the
from this way, or flowing
Correct.
from this way?
Flowing from this way.
Okay.
Yeah. And then headed towards this way.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go a little bit further in. Does this look like any sort of like entryway or?
To you, it looks like it's a wall.
Right. So I'm going to lean to Cass and be like, I don't think we can get the one up on them and get behind them. I think we have to go and support our boy. And gonna kind of take another look, but then take off running. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's my turn.
All right. Next up is Moth.
All right. I guess it's my turn. So I am going to use.
I'm going to use Reckless Attack. So I'm going to run forward with my Great Axe. And then we use Reckless Attack, and I'm going to come down hard.
Yeah, you are.
So hard.
You want to
It'll be
able
an
to sit in the
18 to
morning.
hit.
You hit.
I'm so angry.
And then that will be 10, 13, 15 damage.
All right.
And I'm going to just try to like take his head right off.
You're not hitting to wound.
I'm aiming to kill. I'm not thinking everything's red.
Got it. All right. Yeah. So this guy who had just thrown a javelin at you, still kind of reaching off to his side for a long sword. He sees you running towards him. This behemoth of green mass just running straight towards him. You used your great axe.
Yeah.
Great axe just comes down and almost cleaves this man in half from his neck to his rib cage. He just barely hanging on by bone and tissue, and he collapses to the ground, and he is no more.
While I'm standing over him, I'm going to take the javelin out of my shoulder, and I'm just going to push it down under his chin into his throat, and I'm going to look up at the next bloke in front of me.
Okay. It was an arrow in your shoulder, but still, that sounds.
I thought it was a javelin, but
No,
all right.
you guys hit that. But,
Well,
but
same
still,
thing. I'm going to bend over with the arrow. I'm going to stick it down into his throat, and as the blood's pouring out of my shoulder, I'm going to stick my finger in it, and I'm going to reach into my pocket and grab a little bit of rice and stuff it in there.
all right. So 2 of those actions maybe
It comes
didn't happen, but you
Yeah.
definitely killed this man. All right, so you are there. Okay, so then what you see, Moth, as you're lamenting your kill, this individual takes a few steps back and lets loose with a bow.
Bitch.
5 to hit. Did that get you?
My mother had a better shot.
Yeah, so this human is clearly scared of you, and boom, the arrow just flies wild. He is going to finish his movement. Okay. All right, and then next up we have Cast. And then Bree, you're on deck.
All right. So after Boot goes dashing past me, I'm going to say, I am right behind you! And cast Bardic Inspiration again on him. Because I think he used his last game. And then, or last session, excuse me. And then I'm going to run the opposite direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's see. Do I see anything of value immediately in the vicinity?
Immediately in the vicinity, the thing that catches your eye is this huge chest. It is about 6 feet long, about 3 feet high, and it's right next to the candle.
Okay. Okay. My eyes go wide, and I am going to use my feline agility, and I am going to run all the way to the front. Or I would like to run over there. Does anything happen?
Nothing happens.
Okay, cool. That's going to be pretty much my whole turn, is just running all the way over there.
Okay.
You have a D6, Boot. Good luck.
All right. Bree, you are up.
I'm going to, again, dash. Oops. That's 25. All the way here. That's what I can do.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, you looked good doing it, Bree.
I'm trying to,
Kellen, Kellen, you are up. Zada, you're on deck.
So I will make sure I'm not on mute. Which I'm not.
Check.
I'm gonna kind of go a little bit past Zeta Seya and just kind of be like, I don't really want to go down there.
I don't blame you.
Should we wait here and for them to come back?
I mean, I did yell at them to fall back here so we could cover them, and then they ran in. So
I'm gonna wait here. Yeah, I'm gonna wait here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll just be ready.
All right. All right. Ready again. All right. Zada, it is your turn. Boot, you're on deck.
This round of combat brought to you by Rice-A-Roni, San Francisco treat.
Ding ding.
Not really, because in case they ever do want to sponsor us, they really can.
Okay. Hey. Stop that. Stop it.
Let's see.
Sponsored by Buzzballs. I mean, not really sponsored because...
Wink, wink.
Sponsored by Food Light.
Food.
No, this is the episode we get demonetized.
To make something that actually gets monetized.
I am.
All right, Zada. All right, Zada, what do you got?
I can't see anything up there, so I'm just going to. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll just stand in the shallow water. I don't see anyone, correct? I just see.
With your
Moth
vision, I mean,
stuffing rice in his shoulder.
per usual, yeah, you got Bree there, and then Moth, yeah, kind of standing over the body of a almost cut in half guy.
All right. I just plant my staff in the water as my eye begins to glow orange, and a little mote of flame starts to twirl above my staff, and I just call out, fall back. I will cover you if you come back. And that is it. I prepare firebolt.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you, Zada. Boot, you are up. Moth, you are on deck.
All right. As I'm running and I hear the inspirational words of the bard, I stop a little bit and look back, and I see the Catman escaping through the room. I say, "You clever bastard!" And I turn tail and escape back down that room. So I at least go to there. And I say, "Oi! What you think you're doing? Stealing all the goods for yourself, do you?" Then I'll dash a little bit more. And do I see anything of value besides the giant chest?
Yeah. So for both of you guys, I mean, the chest is the focal point of what's drawing y'all's attention. On the bridge, out of the corner of your eye, you do see that it almost looks like there's a shimmering back behind the skull that kind of outlines this wall right here. But that's kind of what you notice.
Okay. Alright, well, that is my turn. What sort of shimmering? Like, is it emanating from the skull or like underneath it in the water?
It almost looks like it's through the water. So what it looks like is there's a skull and a wall of water that's pouring out of the mouth of the skull. And it looks like the water should be flowing towards you, but the water instead is flowing towards the skull instead.
It's going left?
Yeah,
interesting.
To the left? To the left?
Yeah.
All of your stuff in a box to
all
the
the
left?
water's
It's in
going
the chest, but yeah.
in a flow to the left.
Boot, do me a favor since you've just moved. Do you have any action left or no?
I am actionless.
Okay, then never mind. All right. Where'd my initiative go? All right. Moth, you are up, friend.
Alright, I'm all angry like. My eyes are glowing a real red for blood. The rice is starting to fall out the wound. And I look over, I'm more angry because I wasted more rice. And I'm going to walk up about 30 feet. And I'm going to look over. And I see something to the left that looks very weird like. Almost, it's hard to explain. It kind of looks like snakes or something. And then I'm looking over at the guy who shot the arrow at me and backed up. And I'm literally going to just put my axe over my shoulder and I'm going to take 2 little axes. And I'm going to be like, you might not meet Daddy Axe, but here's Baby Axe 1 and Baby Axe 2. And I'm going to throw them right at, I'm going to use the Bardic inspiration on my throw.
So on this one, Moth, I am going to kind of stick to the if you're putting a weapon away and taking another one out, that's going to be your action.
Oh, okay. So, let me backtrack then. So we're not allowed to switch weapons then.
Yeah, not like that.
Okay.
You are allowed to switch weapons. It just takes an action.
Gotcha. Okay. So let me backtrack to everything I just said. And I'm just going to sprint up.
Take 2.
Yeah, and I'm going to dash to him 5, 10, 15,
From
20.
the top.
And I'm just going to kind of hover over him with blood coming out of my shoulder, holding my great axe, and just staring at him with my eyes bright red.
Okay.
That's my turn.
There you go. All right. He looks terrified of you. Yeah, he is terrified of you. Okay. All right. Next up, we have the bandit with the arrow. So he is going to draw. Yeah, he would draw an attack of opportunity on you. He is going to step back, but go ahead and take your attack of opportunity first.
Okay. Can I use Bardic Inspiration on this or no?
Yeah, if you haven't used it, then go ahead. Do you already have advantage for what you're?
No, it was only on my
Okay.
first attack.
Okay, roll with advantage because he is scared.
13. The 19 to hit.
Okay, you got him.
And then that's a 5 or 8.
You have advantage on strength checks, by the way. So you did have advantage on that already.
Its strength check isn't an attack roll,
Correct.
so it would only be it's only +2 damage on the actual damage when you're in range on this level of rage at least. I get advantage on my first attack when I use the other
Reckless.
reckless.
That is accurate. That was a test, and you passed.
And you passed, Bob. Good job. Good job.
But 10
This
damage. 10 damage.
This test brought to you by General Mills cereals.
Honorary
Strength
barbarian.
check. So if I try to break down any doors again,
All right. Yeah. So you hit this poor guy square in the chest.
I'm going from underneath. I'm going right
Oh,
from underneath between the legs up.
Oh, okay. Well, then you have castrated this man. He is in excruciating pain. He is grabbing his area of penis and is screaming as loud as he can. But he is still alive.
Scream, yell. No one can hear you. Just me.
What's that sound?
Penis.
I ask Boot.
All right.
Kind of shrug.
With his action, he is just because he moved. He's just up against the wall right now, holding his junk. Okay, and that brings us back up to the top of the order cask.
What's that sound?
Sounds like a tea kettle.
Okay, so this chest in front of me. I'm gonna look at the booth and I'm gonna say, I was here first, and I'm gonna try to open it, I guess.
Dibs. Okay. All right. You threw caution to the wind. Didn't check for any traps or anything like that. And
No, I did not.
luckily for you, this it is not. It is.
Oh, wow.
You're playing with my heart, Terry.
All right. So what you find inside, Barney? You find 3 potions of minor healing, 100 gold. You find it looks like a manuscript type thing, and it's just written in common, and it's directions to different serpent shrines throughout Prosperity. You find a scroll. I can send you what the scroll is if you like. And then you find 2 more potions. Do me a favor, roll for Arcana, I guess.
All right. While I'm going through the chest as fast as I can, seeing the gold, I'm gonna scoop it up in a pile and then throw it to the left, to the right of me, kind of in Boot's direction. Just
Okay.
all of it, just 100 pieces. And I rolled an 18 for Arcana.
Okay. And you found a potion of water breathing.
Awesome. Okay. The 3 potions. You said 3 potions. Sorry, can you send me one more time?
Sure. 3 potions of minor healing, 100 gold. The scroll I'm going to send you, directions to Serpent Shrine, and then the potion of water breathing. Is there anything else you want to do, Barney? Or
I already gave him the inspo. No, I'm just gonna pack everything up,
okay, cool.
or as
All
much
right.
stuff as I can, in full view. While I try to, yeah.
Okay, and I did send you the information.
Oh, cool. Over what?
Facebook Messenger.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
This
All right.
episode sponsored by Facebook.
But
No,
not really.
No.
Or not really, in case somebody does want to sponsor.
How many sponsors do we have, guys? How many so far?
We're rolling in the dough.
Yeah,
100 gold's worth.
we look like a NASCAR. We're just. We're strange. We're also sponsored. Not just.
Everything's going left.
All right, Bree, you are up.
Okay, so I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's 5, right? There you go. And I'm gonna attack. I'm gonna toss one of the daggers towards this fella.
Okay.
And let's see if I hit him.
All right.
That's 18 to hit,
Got him.
and that's 3 damage.
How much?
3.
3. Okay. All right. So Bree, what you see in Moth, you're in the room as well, so you see it. Is this gentleman again just holding his crotch, blood just pouring down his legs. His pants look completely red at this point, and again just that high pitched scream until a dagger finds right between his eyes, and his head falls back against the wall, and then he slumps down. So that scream in the room is replaced by this clattering of hisses, like multiple hisses.
Okay, so because I hear that, I will use. No, I don't have any left. That's it.
Okay. All right. Kellen, you are up, and actually,
Wait.
at this point, we are out of initiative.
Oh.
We are out of initiative at this point.
The mote evaporates,
Oh.
and my eye returns to a blank white.
If you don't
All right.
mind. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. All right, are we going
Well-
back? Are we going to the top of the initiative then?
That would
We're out
be.
I think
There
it's
is no
just,
initiative.
it's free for all. It's whoever is most confident.
I'm
So,
very confident.
I will say that as Cask throws all of the gold on the ground, I'm gonna say, "Oh, what the fuck, mate? You know the rules are. If somebody else sees you grabbing gold, it has to be evenly split among the party members.
Yes, evenly. Oh, yes, whatever.
You know
Now we
the
have to
rules.
pick it all up."
Yes, we.
Booth, from where you're at, you're still on the bridge, right? Or did you move?
No, I'm still on the bridge.
Okay. Do me a favor. Roll for perception, real quick.
Ooh, I shall perceive strongly. I roll a 16 plus 3, baby. 19. I perceive everything.
All right. As you are like doing your trash talk with Cask, and you're going, "Hey, what about the rules?" Something catches your eye. Something is glittering down in this area. As
Wait,
you
a
look a
tick?
little bit closer, you do see a series of like grates or metal slats.
Oh.
But you do see something
Ow.
shining in there.
All right. Wait, a tick? I'm going to look over, look a little
What?
bit more, see what I'm saying. It's like, oh, great.
What? What do you see?
A great. I see a great.
Okay.
All right.
My confidence is getting real strong right around now, so I'm going to step in. Do I see the snakes, Terry?
Yeah, so you do. So what you see, and Bree, you can get a glimpse as well, but this room is littered with shells, eggshells, and you do see kind of in this general area that there's like a cluster of about half a dozen baby snakes that are dead. They've been stomped on, crushed, cut, stabbed. But in this corner over here, you do see, you can count about 3 juvenile baby snakes. Looks like they just came out of the shell.
Okay, so I'm still raging at this point. I'm just going to walk up and I'm going to take my great axe and swing down at them.
Don't do that. They're bait.
Too bad. And I'm going to attack.
Okay. All right. They are defenseless, so go ahead and roll with advantage, sir.
20.
There's one thing this group is great at. It is killing things while they're defenseless, unarmed, or asleep.
Killing
That'll be 11
innocent,
damage.
unarmed. Yeah.
Okay. All right. They were curled in a ball, kind of keeping each other company. And with your axe, you just ended all of their lives, and they are dead.
Oh my goodness.
Good
I'm
thing
glad I was not
none
there.
of us could see the.
Yeah.
I think we're
Is
fighting
there-
over treasure
is
instead
there-
of murdering innocent snake babies.
Innocent babies.
Snakes, whatever. Is there any?
Yeah, fuck animals.
Jeez.
Is
Man,
there
that's
anything?
like that's
is
what a
there
any- like these
psychopath
people
would
worship
say.
Is there anything around me that I can hit or attack?
Wall.
I mean, you see dead bodies. You see
I'm
walls.
there.
It's,
Come at me, bro.
So
Oh,
I'm gonna,
you
I'm gonna
see
turn
Bree?
around and I'm gonna see the guy who shot me with the arrow, and I'm just gonna start like hacking away with my axe at him, and just over and over like Mel Gibson in The Patriot. And
While he's doing that,
Okay.
Cascola would like to say, hey, but I did find this interesting potion, and toss him the potion of water breathing.
Okay.
This session
shit.
most definitely not brought to you by PETA.
Christ. Stop sponsoring us.
no one's sponsoring us.
Not yet, but if you have inquiries, please
This is
contact
like-
us. We're happy to hear them out.
We have so many freaking pop-ups coming up on the like
Bing.
PETA.
pink, 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 pink.
Brought to you by Woody. There's a snake in my beard.
Mostly, we're just naming any product that comes to mind. So
For
maybe
idea
we should
for
stop, or
sponsorship.
maybe we should continue. I don't know.
Oh,
But I'm gonna say when I receive the water breathing potion, be like, "Are you convincing me to go down there? Because I'm not nearly drunk enough to do that."
Hmm.
And then kind of like give a knowing like nod, like maybe I am actually though. Anyway,
Sure.
Okay.
Do I
turns
see
to
any
Kellen.
liquor? Any really ancient bottle?
I mean, yeah. So I mean, throughout the room, you do see because this was it looked like it was like a living quarters. So you do see like various jugs of what you can guess are.
I'm going
mead.
to pick up a jug of something and then use minor illusion to make it say whiskey on the side and just
All right.
hand it over. Over.
There you go.
Uh-oh.
oh mate, you know what can't beat. Fuck you.
Aha!
Pop it. I'm gonna take two solid swigs, and
Okay.
then be like, I don't know if I'll need this just yet, and I'm gonna go down into the water and try to pull at the grate and see if I can actually get it to move.
Okay. All right. So the water
Help them.
itself, where you jump in, it's a good 5 feet deep. You're about what? You're about 5'8", 5
Like just like 6 foot, something like that.
So as you dive in, you're able to grab hold of the grate. What you do feel is like a strong current, and the deeper you go, the current is starting to pull you a little bit more. But it's not to the point where you feel like you're about to get swept away. But you do feel there's a pull. As you
Coming
reach
towards the skull,
going-
right?
Yeah, flowing towards the skull.
I'm sorry. I did not. Yeah. Okay.
You are able to reach down into the grate. If you choose to, what you do see is a ring. Just a plain ring. It does have a jewel on it. You can't really make it out. It might be blue, it might be white, but that's what you see.
All right. Well, I shall snatch it with my gloved hand.
All right. Are you staying in the water? Getting out of the water?
If there's nothing else in there, then yeah, I'm getting out of the water.
Yeah, at that
Likewise.
point, I mean, you see debris, you see bones, but nothing that.
I have no interest in debris.
I suppose. I suppose we should go and see. Sorry. Castola Lionel. Aha!
Dun, dun, dun.
I believe we should go back and check on our friends, no doubt. If we have. Or at
As
least
you-
let them know about this strange flowing water and the shimmering ram skull. Maybe
I
Moth
do,
can break it.
I do believe so, but maybe we just found half the gold on here
I
on
didn't
the
see
ground.
any gold.
All right, I want to grab 25 gold and split it between me and Cass.
All
Or
right.
like 25 gold apiece.
Well, it was 100 gold, so
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm saying like we take
So
half
we're
of it
gonna
and
we're
let's
gonna
split that
throw
between each
50
other.
gold on the ground.
got it. Okay. All right. The ring. What you can tell is it's a solid. It almost looks like platinum, almost. But the stone on it, if you look at it long enough, it almost looks like it's moving, like it's a bright blue.
Oh yeah.
And it almost looks like waves, almost, if you look at it long enough.
That is
Is
very
there-
pretty.
Can I like detect any sort of magic sensation emanating from it, or is it just like a regular old ring?
It's the one ring to rule them all. One ring to bind them. One ring.
I think
Sponsored
so.
by
That one
Tommy.
didn't have a jewel.
You don't have any spell casting abilities at this point, do you, Boot?
No, I am a.
You can.
I
I mean,
am
you
as
can.
magical as a boot.
You can attempt to roll for Arcana if you like, but
Oh,
I
have
will
identified.
attempt to. For my lineage may indeed have some
The drow.
magical ability, and yeah, because I mean I can cast spells. They're just from my.
This Arcana roll brought to you
15
by-
total.
I mean, your best guess is that it might be, but there's nothing definite inside of you. That you can
But
pull
it
from.
does look valuable.
It does look pretty and valuable, yeah.
Nice. I'm a big fan. I'm gonna sneak that in my pocket.
Okay.
Great. What in move?
Zada and Kellen, is there anything else that you guys want to be doing down in there in that room?
So you think they're dead?
I heard sounded like Moth was hacking away at something. Somebody was hacking away at something. So might as well go in there and check. I haven't heard any screams in a while.
Okay.
That could be a good sign or a bad sign.
Yes. I'll walk up.
Meanwhile, I'm like, Moth, stop! Stop!
What is it? What's
He's
wrong?
he's like in a trance or something. Look, he's just like attacking. I don't know. He's weirder than usual.
Moth, what are you doing? I just turn to Bree and say, do we let him continue? Is he like this normally?
He's kind of stuck in that, I guess.
Hmm.
So wait, like, do I see any stones on the ground?
All you see at this point is dirt, stone, mud, water. Yeah, this was clearly a den and a pit for mama snake and baby snakes.
Guys, I got a bad feeling about staying in here. This looks like something's home.
I want to leave. It's just that he's stuck. Look at him.
What is he hacking at? That just looks like a puddle.
That was a person. Hey, Moth, can I get my knife back?
And I'm gonna kind of recognize her voice. I'm gonna turn around, and there's just blood all over my face. And I'm gonna kind of like it's kind of dripping into my eyes. I'm gonna kind of smear it away a little bit, and then look over and be like, "Friends." And then my rage is just gonna kind of subside, and I'm gonna feel like this wave of relaxation, flow over me. I'm gonna drop my arm to the side with the axe and be like, "I haven't felt like this in ages. Feels so good." Oh. Hello.
Hi, mate. Do you need a second?
And what
Do you need a moment or?
Maybe a cigarette?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but I feel all right. You said you wanted something. What'd you want, Bree?
There was a knife in the floor.
I'm gonna look over at the corpse I was hacking away at, and I'm gonna see like the end of the knife sticking out, and I'm gonna kind of reach my hand inside of this concave chest at this point, and like pull it out. It seems somewhat intact. There's little nicks on it from the axe coming down, and I'm gonna walk over to Bree and be like, "Sorry about that, little one. Here you go."
Thank you.
I'm gonna pat her on the shoulder, and I'm gonna walk past her, and there's like my hand's just covered in blood, and it's just gonna kind of get right on her shoulder. I'm gonna push myself off and walk away towards the other entrance.
All right.
Anything in these guys' possession?
Yeah, you're free to check.
Yeah, I'll check the guy that's closest to the door, I guess.
Do me a favor for these. Yeah, for these two, go ahead and roll, or for the one you're doing, roll a d12 for me.
It's an 8.
Okay. You find a piece of parchment, and it's got like a rough drawing, like dash lines leading from stone wall and through the woods, and it looks like it's like a map to a cave.
Okay,
And I can send that to you later.
sure.
Anything odd about these snakes?
Besides being cleaved in half, they look like they belong to Zorga.
Mhm. And I'll just check the mangled body as well.
Okay. Also, roll a d12 for me, Zara.
It is a 12.
Okay. Come on. All right. You have do me. Oh no, I don't need to. Yeah, do me a favor and roll a d4.
3.
Okay. You have pulling out. You have a dagger. It almost looks like it's like a ceremonial dagger, silver tipped. It has the same symbol on it that like a lot of the bandits have had branded on them, but it's got that symbol on it branded onto the blade itself. Uh, yeah, it deals. Well, I can send you the specifics about it, but
All right. All right.
There was a weapon with this guy too, right?
y- yeah. Let me look at something. He had a long sword on him, and then he had already thrown a javelin. But he
Okay.
does have a long sword on him.
I'm gonna take the long sword and I'm gonna just like put it into my backpack. You can see it go in and then disappear.
Okay.
Oh, cool trick.
I'll hold on to this. Probably could sell it for something.
Shall
that's a
we
good
find
idea.
the others?
Yeah. Let's see if we can find like a potion of healing or something. I'm kind of beat.
Okay. All right.
So as I'm kind of getting out of the water and got the ring in my hand, I'm gonna I feel a little in league with Cask because we split up the gold. So I'm kind of like drying myself, but I'm like, hey, so we found this in the grate. Maybe you know something about it. I'm gonna toss him in the ring.
Okay.
And then as he's kind of checking it out, I just want to kind of inspect the snake worshippers' bodies and see if there's anything that leads me to a clue of I don't know, just if they have anything of interest on them, I guess.
Got it. Okay. So cast. I'm not going to make you roll for it. This one is pretty common in prosperity, especially along the coast, and you've seen it coming from a coastal city. This is this is a ring of swimming.
Ah, I see. I see.
Boot,
Let
you
me
were-
look
you were-
deeper into this jewel. Yes, much like Ruby, the jewel, and like the ruby of the sea, this has to do with water. Yes, yes. Indeed. I'm gonna go ahead and slip it on my pinky paw.
Mhm.
It does not fit me, Boot, and I throw it back at him and I say, it'll make you better at swimming. What do you want from me?
Make me better at swimming? Do I
Yeah,
look
that's
like I'm
it.
someone who's gonna be crossing the canals with my own arms and legs? I don't think so.
No. But maybe we can convince someone else to use it, yes.
I do like where your mind is at. I knew I liked you. I'm gonna slip it on myself right now and just be like, well, just because it looks pretty. It's pretty, pretty if you don't mind
It
my
does look
saying.
pretty good on you.
Right,
It brings out your eyes.
Stop. You can.
I am what I am.
I would like to
All
check the bodies of those.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. You got me though. You got it there. You got it first.
Yeah,
Go for it.
Okay, so there's 6 bodies in this room. I don't know if y'all want to, what y'all want to do with that, but there are
Divide and
Zada-
conquer.
Zada's more interested in the individuals who seem to be under some kind of arcane.
Okay, the ones
Effect.
with the mark, the brand on the brands, that one, or the undead.
The undead.
Okay, all right. So Zada, I'll get you to go ahead and check out this one if that's all right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Do me a favor and roll a d20 for this guy.
Natural 20.
Ooh. Okay. Zada, you're getting a spell from this guy. It's written on, looks like brittle parchment. Almost looks like if you touch it, it's going to evaporate. But I mean, it's staying intact for right now. Smells really mildewy, funky, and it's written in Underdark. And I can send you the name of that.
Sweet.
Kellen, you mentioned
And
you
then-
wanted to check somebody. Oh, go,
Can I-
sorry.
Can I get any? Can I glean any kind of information from these creatures?
Yeah, I mean, as you are searching this guy, pulling the wrappings back, these guys were the ones that were dressed like mummies, you could say. They were wrapped in almost like a cotton strips. The more you pull off, the more drenched in like pus and meat tissue, until you start seeing their flesh. The one that you're looking at, the skin on his torso looks more fresh than like his face and his hands and his arms. It almost looks pinkish around his torso, but the further away from his chest, the more decayed he is, to the point where his fingers are just bones, and his face, the eyes are sunken in. That's what you're noticing.
Would I know anything about this?
Yes, you would. It looks like it was necromancer.
Okay.
What'd you find?
It seems that our friends here were reanimated.
They were necromanced?
If that is the proper verb for it, then
I
yes,
don't know.
they were
I don't know. I've heard something about it.
necromanced. Yes, the I mean, it's strange. Their appendages seem to be rotting more than their torso.
Why do you think they're down here? They seem like they were helping the Whisper.
Yes, was that? Were we able to tell that they were working together, or were we just under attack by multiple
I'm gonna
sides?
pull out my journal while you guys are talking, and my blood-soaked hands are kind of like flipping through the pages, and I'm gonna kind of look through, and
I think something about Dynel is amassing an army of beasts, Thrycreen, and necromancers. King Dynel, does that mean anything to anybody? He's amassing an army of beasts, Thrycreen, and necromancers.
I don't know. Do you think it was one of these guys that that raised the dead?
Well, he said it was going from the beacon to Stonewall to attack, and that's the army that was coming. So this might just be a precursor of what's to come, perhaps.
And I think there was some kind of like magic field or something that was going on because everything I was throwing at it missed. So I'm assuming
You know,
there
I
must have
noticed
been
that.
some kind of magic I don't know about.
I think I
Interesting.
just got the lucky shot off.
I didn't miss once.
So while the discussion is going on, I want to loot this guy,
Okay, go ahead.
and if they're still distracted, I wanna loot her afterwards. I'm just gonna be like, I wanna be like, yeah, aha, totally, like, yeah, that was obviously a force, yeah. That was it's a straight, right?
What's that?
To
To search. On this guy, yeah, he doesn't. This one, what you do find, you find a short bow, you find a quiver of arrows -1, a locket, but it looks pretty basic. Something that you would get as a keepsake. Combination of like silver and copper intertwined chain. But other than that, you're not seeing much on him. You do notice that he's got the brand also on his chest. But other than that, that's all you see on this guy.
Okay, and if they're still talking, can I move to the lady here?
I'll leave that up to them.
Yeah, sure. I'm just
Like I said, I didn't miss once.
So I'm just gonna pick. I'll just be like picking at some of these guys and just seeing what else I find here. Hey, hey, Boot, Cask. We're kind of divvying up all the whatever we find here. You guys want some?
I'm gonna yell out in response. Oh, speaking of divvying up the spoils, we found 50 gold pieces here on the ground.
You're rich!
Holy 50 gold. Oh my god.
50 gold, if you believe it.
Okay.
Why is it still lying on the ground, guys? You didn't pick it up?
We wanted to make sure you know that there was no foulness afoot. We left it here just as we found it. Give a knowing wink.
Can I check for?
Cask.
Can I check for insight?
Wait.
Moth, you're in the other room. I was
Yeah.
going to check for the insight.
Moth, you're a barbarian.
I'm here first.
You just raged.
Also that. I was going to say, is that Moth? We need you. This giant sculpture of a ram just called your mother's hair ugly.
So what? He said what?
Yes, and this current claims to be stronger than you.
I'm gonna literally run into the other room and
That's his
grab-
personal.
and I'm going to jump into the water, cannonball style. And I'm gonna let the current take me up into the ram, and I'm gonna hold on to the top of the ram once I reach it.
Okay.
All right, so
Do you
before
think we
Moth
should-
jumped in and Boot responded to me, I wanted to insight check him.
On Moth? Who are you in?
Boot.
Okay. All right. Let's go and do it.
I'm mid cannonball right now.
Yes. Freeze frame.
Yeah.
This is 17.
Okay. And are you checking for deception, or what are you doing, Sada?
In general insight, because I find it curious that they found stuff and it's still lying on the floor.
Let's see if he's lying. Lion. Ha! Because I'm a cat.
Yeah, you get this general sense of almost if you could see an aura of not dishonesty, but there's like a tension in the air. You see the shiftiness in the eyes.
The weight.
Yeah, so I mean, you got
About his sweaty palms.
you feel like something is amiss, but you can't really put your finger on what it is.
All right, I don't say anything.
Okay. Let me shoot back down to Bree real quick. Bree, do me a favor and roll a d12 on this young lady that you blendered.
Yes, D12. D12.
Blendered.
Wendered. That's a 5.
Okay. Okay. Soaked in blood. So her weapon is destroyed. Her armor is destroyed. What you're able to find tucked away in one of her breast pockets is a letter. At this point, soaked in blood, but you can still see the writing, and it looks like a letter from a love interest. It looks like someone was writing to her, professing their love and asking her to come back home. In the other pockets, you are able to collect about 15 silver.
Okay.
And Kellen, you were checking these ones over here?
Yeah, I checked all of them.
Okay.
No one else is around me. I'm just checking everything.
All right. On the human, you found... I can't tell what he is. You found a great axe on him.
It's a great axe. Like,
It's great.
it's a
I thought the
great
great was
axe.
over by us.
This great axe brought to you by Frosted
Oh.
Flakes.
Yeah,
They're great.
This gentleman kind of
Great.
mirrored...
Oh,
He mirrored Moth's equipment with the 2 hand axes and a great axe. The 2 hand axes are somewhere else at this point, but the great axe you still found on him.
Wait, so there's 2 great axes now?
No, on him he has a great axe.
Oh, great axe.
On him, you're able to pull out 5 copper, and that's about it on him. On these other 2, do me a favor, roll a d12 on each of them.
All right, we got a 5, and wow, another 5.
Okay.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
All right. All right. For both of these guys, you have masks. Looks like they were almost in the shape of like what a tiefling would look like, but like more ornamental. There's little jewels on it, rubies, onyxes. Some of the stones looks like they've been picked off, so there's missing like little indentions. But they do look nice. They look pretty. But both of them are carrying those in the back. Again, the wrappings, the closer you get, the torso looks almost intact and almost healthy. But the further along you go, up the neck, up the jaw, one of these is missing their entire jaw, and it looks like it's just brittle. It's dust almost.
Gotcha. So
I'm thinking to myself while I'm midair, wow, there's a lot of stuff happening around me while I'm just sitting up here. About to splash.
You're still frozen. So, to anyone that may have wanted to, anyone that would have noticed, I actually like put my backpack down and just dragged the great axe into the backpack, as well as like put the ornament masks in the backpack as well. I'm just holding them for safekeeping. I'll hold
that's
on.
fine.
And they're just in, and the backpack's about my size, so.
Oh, that's do you find anything interesting, Kellen?
Oh, I found a great axe and looks like 2 masks that look pretty. They could be worth something.
Nice.
Yeah, something we could sell on the way back.
Yeah. Well, you have better luck than me. I found some silver and a love letter. We can find it, those, right? That's weird.
Actually, I have a list. I think I was maybe a shopping list. Hold on, let me take that out. While I guess Moth can go ahead and jump into the water now.
All right. So while the 2 littles are having their conversation, Moth, you've landed in the water. Zada, Cassie, Boot, you're standing there awkwardly. But Moth, what you notice is, and I guess the rest of the people in the room, is that Moth is almost suctioned to this thing, or at least it gives the action of it. He has to push himself away from it to get off the wall, and that's what you notice.
I don't want to get off the wall. I want to rip this person's head off. I'm pulling down on top of the skull, down, trying to rip it down because it talks shit about my mother. She said, "What about my mother?" And I'm just, and I'm pulling down.
I love how your intelligence changes. Like,
I'm watching.
statue talk shit. Oh,
I'm gullible.
Wait a minute. They might be lying about the gold.
Moth, do a strength check for me. For the...
You get
I
advantage
say
though,
you're
right?
doing
Still
great,
raging.
man, and give him my last inspiration.
I would like to say plenty of people are gullible that are smart.
I walk out to the room.
12, and I'll use that inspiration.
I applaud him, and I cast a minor illusion
18.
to make his biceps look even bigger.
Look at you.
18.
All right, 18 total. And Moth, you look almost like in another world, there's a guy named Arnold Schwarzenegger. You kind of look like him, with just veins on top of veins on top of muscles as you're like pulling down on this statue or this head. Water starts to seep from behind it as it, boom, falls down on you. And it is pinning you down underwater at this minute.
Miss-
Actually, before it does that, do me a favor. Do a dexterity check to see if you can avoid it.
I get advantage on dexterity saving throws.
Raging against the wall.
Running against the bear.
Dexterity saving throw.
If only he had 2 items.
Okay, that's a 19 before I even rolled advantage.
Okay. All right. So as you pull it down, you can feel it hit your chest, but you're pretty stout, so it just moves you back and it falls down to your feet. And what you see is just water start to flow over the top of the walkway here, and start filling up this general area here and here. As it does, you do see an opening further through this way, leading into something else.
I elbow Boot and I say, "This is awesome."
I'm gonna nod and say, "Oh, there you go, Biggin. Way to go! I know those muffles weren't all D4 looks."
See you on the other side, and then I'm just gonna kind of slip through and
Wait,
let
what?
the current take me.
So
Alright.
I'm gonna run kind of along the way of the canal, and I'm gonna yell to Kellen and Bree, saying, "Oi, you take care of the gold," and Zadis here as well. But saying, "You take care of the gold now, you hear? I don't want to see no funny business." Kind of like knowingly glance at Cask, and then I'm gonna jump in after Moth.
Okay. All right.
What do I see as I kind of come up on the other side, Terry?
Got it. All right. Just real quick though, Boot, as you jump in the water, you're not feeling anything obvious, but you do have this confidence as when you jump in the water, you feel like you're almost at home in the water. And for your notes, you have a 40 movement when you're in the water.
Ooh.
Hell yeah!
Okay. Moth, what you see in this room, you see a pedestal here. And it's raised about 20 feet in the air. At the top of the pedestal, you can see what looks like a glow. Make sure I got a greenish type glow, and it almost looks like it's rotating, almost like a barbershop pole. But it's clearly just stuck at the very top. But you're about 20 feet off the ground, and you're surrounded by what you can tell is wall, stone and brick.
Is it climbable to get to the top?
You can try.
Okay, I will try.
Okay.
I'll swim up to it and like kind of latch my hands on it and look up as the green glow and be like, "What the hell in the 9 hells is that?" And I'm gonna kind of start pulling myself up. Try to at least.
Okay. Do me a favor just for this, because you're finding that the wall is pretty coated in moss. It's pretty slick. So do me a favor and let's go ahead and roll for this one. Let's go ahead and do strength, just because you're going to have to muscle your way up there.
I just rolled it. Didn't like my roll, but it was a 10.
Okay. All right. As much as you're trying, Moth, you can't seem to get a grip. You make it maybe a foot off the ground, and then you slide back down. You just can't get a grip on this pedestal.
I'm not a big fan of this. I'm gonna pull out my 2 axes, my hand axes, and I'm gonna try to like and see if that works.
Hitting the pedestal?
Yeah. And
Okay.
try to like use them as like hooks to like pull myself up with.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. Let me see. Go ahead and do that. And it's going to take you a minute to try to get there. So I'm going to give you about a minute to see how far you can get, and I'll come back to you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. The rest of you guys.
Just in
what would you
case
like
you're
to do?
wondering, Moth rolled a 13 on the strength check. Just saw it from roll 20 and felt like it needed to be updated. Just saying.
Got it. Yeah. I have. Oh, I don't have that in mind. Okay.
I hate you.
Hey, man, come on.
But did I do that?
We should all roll on roll 20 so that everyone can see our
So,
rolls.
documented.
I like
D&D
Rick rolling
Beyond,
with
though,
the D1000.
Hey, Rick, roll.
All right. What are the rest of you guys doing while he's in here trying to spelunk?
Checking out the other room.
Okay.
I guess I'll walk over and pick up the gold because you guys can't freaking pick up. After
We can
yourself.
pick it up. We should just split it. That's all we were saying. We were just waiting for you.
Of course. I mean, he has another bag of 50 gold that we need to split
You
too.
what are you talking
Nobody
about?
knows that.
I cast minor illusion to make 5 gold disappear, and I pick
No.
up.
Wait,
I pick
what are you? I'm talking about the 50 gold that we took from Tree Wiley. What are you talking about?
Nobody knew about that.
Do
Yeah, I
you
thought
want
we all
to
knew about
blow the wall, Kellan? I mean, we have this water here, and it said it was stronger than your mother. No, wait, that's not how. Or, there's a
Wait,
wall.
time
Look at
out.
this gold.
Time out.
I run. I sprint away from him.
Okay. Zada, you went into the next room. Is that right?
I did.
I sprint after Zada, wherever Zada is.
Okay. Zada, what you see is an empty room. It looks like this is it's just a passageway. No real life. It just looks more like a walkway than anything. But you do hear like this light thud coming from this area.
Like a single thud or like repeated thuds?
Like a series of thuds, more like a.
All right. I just turn to Bree and I say, all right, motion to my ear and point down the hall.
All right. Let me shoot back over here to Moth real quick. Moth, do me a favor and roll a strength check for me. Is Moth there?
The pedestal casts power word kill.
Sorry, I was on mute. All right, you want me to roll a strength? Do you want me to use the strength test I did prior, or do you want me to roll a new one?
No, roll a new one, and this might be your last one. Let's see.
Your last roll ever.
I prefer the other one. It was a 7.
All right, you were able to with your axes get to about 15 feet up. You were almost to the very top. As you had your hand on the axe and you started to reach up, the very tip of the pedestal or top of the pedestal was slick. You tried your hardest to pull yourself up, but lost your balance, and you are falling 15 feet, but you're falling in the water. You're not going to take any damage, but you are back at the bottom, and your axe is stuck about 15 feet above you.
My hand axe. My both or just one?
Just one.
That was a gift. I need that hand axe.
I'm gonna try to figure out. Let me see here. I'm thinking right now while this is all happening, so you feel free to move on to somebody else.
All right. The rest of the group, are you guys all together, or are we spread out still?
So, I mean, did Boot disappear?
Last I saw, Boot was in the water.
Yeah, I'm swimming in the water after Moth because we've had a lot of danger so far in this dungeon. So I'm thinking that he's just going basically into further danger. So I'm swimming after him to rescue him.
Okay. Have you made it in the room with him yet?
Yeah, why not? I'm very fast at swimming and confident at it.
Dungeons
Okay.
in danger.
I'm noticing the chest, and I'm gonna walk over to the chest and kind of examine it.
Okay. All right. Kellen, what you see is an empty chest, completely empty. It looks. You are seeing that there's like scrape marks on it, almost like a friendly paw had scraped everything out of there. It was.
Oh, come on.
I didn't even have to investigate that.
Yeah, what the hell?
Didn't even have to investigate that.
Their clothes are retractable.
Yeah,
Uh,
I was using the beans.
but you have.
I think it could have just as easily have been Yanti claws, right?
It
Yeah,
could
it
be
could've been
anything.
snakes.
Anything at all. You don't know. You don't know what it was.
Snake peeps. Who knows?
Hey. Cass,
Not you.
was there anything else in this chest?
What chest? I say as I run into the other room.
Okay.
Something suspicious.
You're paranoid.
Boot, in this room, you, with your, well, do me a favor. Just go ahead and roll for perception for me.
I have the darkest of vision, and I perceive a decent amount. 14.
Plus anything or straight plus?
With the plus.
Okay. All right. You can see that what looks like it's just a stone all the way around, and then the marble and different colored stone. But what you can see up against this far wall, it looks like it is kind of hidden, but it is a different color, a different shade of brown, and you're seeing what appears to be almost like a lever or a pulley of some sort. It's looks like a piece of wood sticking out of the stone.
So I want to kind of swim up to. Has our barbarian friend Moth, has he exited the water? Is there like a
No.
clear stepping part here, or is this all in water?
What are you doing?
Yeah, you're all in water. You and Moth are in about waist high water right now. And Moth, he said he was thinking, so he's like doing his best Winnie the Pooh, and he's like, "Oh, think." So he's, yeah.
Tut, looks like rain.
Boo, is that? Boo, when did you get here?
I want to say, I'm a definitely good swimmer, as I just discovered 5 minutes ago. So 5 seconds, whichever. I swam after you in the hopes of protecting you, but as I was swimming over here, I, out of the corner of my eye, doth noticed this lever over here. What you say we have a bit of fun and we pull it?
Okay, give me one moment before you pull anything. I'm going to take a rope out of my bag and I'm going to tie a little noose around the end. I'm going to throw it up and try to get it around the handle of my axe.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be a noose. It could be a loop.
Whatever.
No, it's a noose.
A slip
He
knot.
said noose. It's canon. Okay.
It's the only knot I know how to tie.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah,
My mother thought we had to tie this knot.
Okay,
No.
Moth, you've spent enough time in the wilderness that you're pretty adept at noose tying. So so you're fine. Yeah, you throw it up there. It lands on the handle of the axe.
And I'm going to give it a tug. How sturdy does it feel?
You can see the axe is moving as you pull. A little bit of the pedestal comes off it. It's still stuck in the thing, but you don't know how well it would hold much more than a tug.
Boots, do me a favor. I want you to stand right here where I am, and I'm going to start walking up this pyre, okay?
I mean, I guess.
If I fall, you got to catch me.
Well, I mean, we're in water. I think you'll be fine, but I'll do my best effort to make sure you don't drown.
All right, and I'm going to kind of like put my feet up, and like I'm going to start like walking up, trying to pull myself up to the top and like rope. I'm like, please don't fall out, axe. Please don't fall out, axe. And like,
All right, so you make it 1 step, crumble. 2 step, crumble. 3 step, your foot slips on the moss. The jerking motion causes the axe to fall. barely missing your face all entirely. But you, the axe, and the rope all fall back in the water.
Oh, I
Does
wanted to save
Boot
you.
catch me?
Boot, did you?
I watch him fall into the water and make sure that he doesn't drown.
I'm like, oh, where's my axe? I'm going to kind of reach around and grab it and be like, oh, this is all I really cared about. All right, pull the damn lever.
Right, well, way to go, Biggin. And then I'm gonna be like, brace yourself. We don't know what this is going to cause. And I'm gonna pull the lever.
Do you think this is going to need the bigger axe?
I don't
Alright.
really know.
All right.
I'm going to put my little axes away, pull out my big axe.
All right.
Cha-chunk.
Let me move over to the other group because you guys love splitting. So let me. Zada, you're still hearing the thud. Bree, at this point, you're kind of hearing it as well. Yeah, that's what you're hearing. Cask and Kellen, are you guys where you're at on the map, or did y'all move at all?
I'm walking across back to the group because I don't really see any reason to wait for the two.
I would also be yeah. So I sprinted towards where I last saw Zada and Bree, and would probably catch Bree out of the corner of my eye and move towards her.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Cask, as you
Away
get
from
close to us. I did nothing wrong, Kellen. Yeah, as you start getting closer to this entryway, you're all starting to hear this thud.
By the way, I picked up the 50 golds that was left.
If I, while I was looking at Bree, if I see Cask and Kellen kind of bickering as they make their way over here, I just go shh,
Okay.
and then I'm going to carefully make my way down this hallway to see.
Was there anything in this? What is it? Is it like a room or a storage unit or?
The room that you're in, Bree, it looks like it was more of a walkway. It's kind of cleared, more like a pathway. There are some things up against the wall, but it looks more just like everyday type use stuff.
Okay. If I don't really quickly see anything that seems a little bit valuable, I will just follow Z.
Okay. All right. Yeah. With your passive perception, you're not seeing anything that would catch your eye.
All right.
All right.
Sarah, do you want me to check?
Sure, if you want. I don't see anything yet.
Okay. Then I will just squeeze in front of him. And do I see anything?
It's pretty dark in here. For whatever reason, the dynamic lighting isn't giving you the full view of what you could see. You do see off.
Because she doesn't have dark vision.
Shoot, it's really dark. I don't see anything.
There is a candle here that's lighting up this lower part of the room. If I can't, it's not lighting up. Down here on this table, there's a candle, and it is lighting it up enough so you can see a silhouette of someone in the shadows right over here. They're not reacting to anyone else being in this room.
I will just point.
Okay. Yeah, and again, you're seeing a silhouette of someone, and they're not really reacting to your presence.
Scary.
All right.
The sound of the thudding is louder as you enter, and you can hear it's kind of reverberating, starting up here, just boom, boom, and then echoing off the walls in this room.
I will just point and say, "Shadow."
I'll keep making my way in.
Making my way.
Way downtown.
All right. So Zada and Bree, what you see with his back to you, and again the sound is almost deafening. With each thud, it just kind of rings in your ears. Each thud. He's not facing you, but you can tell that it's one of the undead.
Can I see what he's doing?
He's looking down a long hallway.
So the thud is not coming from him.
No, it's coming from down the hallway.
Gotcha. All right.
Meanwhile,
All right, I walk back and just tell Bree that we should go get the others. This sounds
Meanwhile-
like trouble.
I want to
Okay.
talk to Cask and just kind of be like, I feel like we're supposed to be doing something. Were we supposed to be looking for somebody?
I come to a dead halt, and then I say, "The candle in the other room!" And I turn around again, and I run back into the other room across the bridge in hopes of inspecting the candle.
A candle. Okay.
I'm confused.
I don't think he wants to talk to you.
It's gonna be just like
Okay. As that is happening, Boot, you've got your hand firmly but gently on the shaft of this pulley. You
Mostly
pull it
firm,
down firmly. You are you would expect for it to be like a lot harder than it is, but you're able to pull it down gently to the point where it's just almost like it's almost going down itself. God,
Aw.
My
we are not
God.
sponsored
This is
by
a Penthouse Letters Dungeons and Dragons episode.
erotic D&D, guys.
You grab the lever. It's hard yet soft. You pull down. It's easier than you think it thought it was.
Smoother than marble.
It's like
Firmer than
going
graphite.
down on yourself.
As you grasp the shaft, you sense the sweet relief
Of
of,
release of the lever.
of
It's
the
gonna get a
lever.
lot better, guys.
A door opens. It's in your heart.
It's lever pull brought to you by Pornhub.
Oh my God! But not really.
No.
All right. So as that happens, you start hearing like, oh my God, where's my head right now?
The irony, the irony of this is that we'll probably have to censor everything that we've said sponsors us.
Can you put beeps in?
But none of
Episode.
none of the lever talk will ever be censored.
Yeah, unnecessarily censored,
Yeah.
maybe.
So as you run your thumb across the tip of the lever and you pull it down, you start hearing like this draining. I was going to say sucking.
Ooh.
Sucking, draining sound. What's
Draining
wrong with
sound.
it?
This draining sound. And the water level is starting to decrease as the lever goes all the way down.
Oh no, it's
boom,
gonna
and you
dry.
push it, the water is subsiding, and what you start to see is the pillar itself starting to shift, and it is also starting to lower.
Why?
And as it's lowering further and further until it gets to your eyesight, what you both see, Moth and Boot, is this what looks like it's almost a staff, and it's almost animated to the point where these sculpted wooden snakes almost look like they're intertwining with each other as the pillar goes down. At the tip of the staff, there's a green orb. There's a green orb. And the pillar itself goes down all the way flush with the ground, and the water in this room and in this room are now gone. And when that happens, my map.
Does it?
Like
I mean, that's really sad. It went down and the well got dry.
well,
You're no longer standing in liquid.
Nature.
That's really sad.
Sometimes
pillar
when you go
goes
down on things, they don't get wetter. So
well,
Oh my god.
it's usually
Bring it wrong.
It's usually technique, yeah. As the pillar goes down and the water starts to dissipate, you're seeing that there is an opening into. I don't know what's going on with this.
There's an opening, man.
So
Describe
just
the
laughing at
opening.
yeah,
the
describe
green-
the opening that's been.
Would you like? Okay.
This whole episode has just been that's what she said. That's what she said. That's what she said.
Honestly, good job for everybody not yelling that at every double
I
entendre.
know, right?
So are you guys done playing hide the staff, or?
So, yeah, what you can see, Boot, is there is this opening that's large enough to fit in,
So
but
she's
barely.
dead.
But barely.
I'm gonna look over at Boot, and I'm gonna look over the green thing. And be like, that opening looks like it's easy to throw. It's like a hot dog down a hallway.
God in heaven. All right.
What is a hot dog?
All right, Cass. So what you saw as that was happening was that sound, and the water start to disappear, and that's what you saw as you were in this room.
Whoa. Hey, Kellan, nothing interesting is happening in here. Okay, bye. And I will run towards the lowering water.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, well, it's just a candle. And I look and I see him like dive
Yeah.
into the hole.
Mm-hmm.
What is going on here? I'm just alone. I feel so alone.
Oh.
Cass ducks into the other room. Hey, now you're a little fucker.
Oh, you saw that.
All right, Zada and Bree, were you making your way back, or were you staying there?
Yeah,
We're, yeah.
making our way back.
Making our way.
Way downtown.
Going fast. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Beep,
Zada
beep, beep,
again.
beep, 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 beep.
Zada and Bree, as you come into this room, you do see that the water is gone, but so are Moth, Boot, and Cass.
You see a look of relief on my face as you both enter the room.
Kellen, did you see where they went?
Yeah, they went in that hole right there. I mean, left me here.
Shall we all go into the hole together?
We can. What did
Ooh, a chest.
What did you two see in that other hole?
Actually, another one of those reanimated corpses. And it seemed to be staring down a hallway from which we heard some kind of thumping.
Was it a hot dog?
You know, I've heard this hot dog term multiple times today. I don't know. Was that just a dog that's on fire? What the fuck are we talking about?
It's a
No,
dog that is-
Moth isn't listening, so he didn't.
So he's a hot dog?
Who's a hot dog?
I don't
All right,
know.
So
maybe
so
it's a
let's
caravan.
get this straight. So these three zoomed in there, and then we have another undead in the other hole. So do we want to go in one of these holes?
I guess we are all just jumping in the hole.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna leave that other creature just to.
I mean, I guess we'll just revisit it later.
Guess that's how this thing goes. All right,
All right.
follow you.
I walk in. Whoa, guys, it is crowded in here. What the fuck are you doing?
Ah!
So I'm gonna turn around and say, "Oh, did y'all get all the gold and the potions that were in the chest? Cause we didn't leave those around just to leave them on the ground."
I just look at Boots and hold eye contact and smile and don't say anything.
All right.
Wait. So I heard potions.
Did
So
you?
I'm gonna run to the door, or the opening of the
Mhm.
entranceway to the other place,
Mhm.
and say, "Hey Bree, make sure you pick up all the coins. We'll want to split those up later, as well as the potions."
As well as the 50 goals that you had previously?
Yes.
All right.
That too.
So
I already picked up the gold. Just so you know. But what are you talking about potions?
Aha! I, Gascola Lionel, the expert in medicine, the trials and tribulations master of healing. Do hold on to these potions for you weaklings, because you keep getting hurt. And like, what? Come on! You're like, you have not even to my knee. You seem like you need one of these, and I hand one over to Bree.
As he's handing the potion, I'm gonna grab
There's
the green
nothing
orb.
in here.
Okay, so he's handing the potion to Bree, who's not in the room.
Eventually. I just pulled one of the potions up, just one, and I said, "I have this."
Just for my own mental calculations, how much does a potion of healing cost?
Cost?
Minor healing? Yeah, what's the street value?
I think it's usually 50 gold.
Yeah,
It could
50 gold?
For minor healing, yeah. Greater healing's like 100 or something.
50 gold for minor healing? Alright, well, I don't get what everyone's complaining about because I haven't drank a single fucking potion. So, anyway, I've been giving those out wantonly when they're very much more valuable.
Might be
Anyway.
25. We'll look it up later.
Yeah,
We're definitely calculating the soul value for how much all these people have drank of their Jamba Juice fucking healing potions.
And it's not even flavored.
This
All right, so
episode
everybody
brought
is
to you by Jamba Juice.
everybody is gathered in this tunnel.
I was grabbing the green orb.
What are you guys
by the
doing?
way.
Trying to
You
squeeze
were
it.
grabbing the orb itself?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
use minor illusion to make it orange.
As your skin comes into contact with the orb itself, Moth, do me a favor and go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
You're only telling me to make a Constitution saving throw because you don't have an advantage on dexterity.
No, not it at all.
Yeah, you're just kidding.
You grabbed a magical orb.
I know. 21.
Okay.
Wait, saving throw. Hold on 1 second. Move dice. Okay, 22. Sorry.
All right. You're not taking any damage, but what you do feel is almost like this aching in your hand, almost like your hand is cramping, and your stomach is starting to get a little queasy, but you just kind of swallow it back down. Not taking any damage, but you can tell that touching it did something to you.
Am I holding it?
I mean, you're holding the tip of the staff, yeah.
Just the tip.
I'm going to grab the base of the staff. I'm going to pull it. Now I got the tip in the...
Work the shaft.
All right. So with one hand, you've got the shaft. With the other hand, you're cradling the tip, and you have.
Not how you do it, man.
You dislodge the shaft from the base, and
Show us.
you're holding the staff.
How
Okay, I'm going to take the staff. I'm going to look at it. I'm gonna, seems like a small staff, and I'm going to put it over my shoulder.
So, as you're pocketing it, I want to say, wait a minute, maybe our wizard, I'm going to tap him on the chest, maybe our wizard could find better use of such a staff than for our barbarian friend to be pocketing it. Hey, wizard?
Maybe, but we can have that conversation later. I don't really care too much for materialistic things.
Well, then maybe you would hand it over to our wizard friend, who seems so apt to be looking at such a staff of such fine stature.
I mean, I don't know if you remember or not, but he wasn't able to free me from you, and I just met him. So before I go handing something over to him,
I walk past the group into the hallway.
Okay. All right. So Zada, as you do that, you're noticing that the entranceway, like I said, is it's about 6.5 feet tall, but more about 3 feet wide. So you're kind of working your way through. The walls are again covered in that moss. It's a little slimy, and you're making your way down this dark tunnel system.
Ask would follow him while the two debate who gets
Follow
to
him
hold the
too.
staff.
So I'm bringing up other things, being like, well, I mean, you wouldn't even use a staff except to scratch your own ass crack. What would you be using a staff for?
As you step into each person that's stepping into this room or this tunnel, you're hearing in the distance like a series of voices.
I don't think so, Kellen.
You're hearing common, you're hearing elvish, you're hearing gnomish, you're hearing dwarfish. Just about every dialect you're hearing at this point, almost like they're talking to each other, over each other, but not really talking like synths. It's just a series of voices
Seems
coming out.
familiar.
All right. I stop Cask and just whisper, I think there are, I don't know, people up ahead. I hear a bunch of different languages.
I am a master of languages.
Oh, yes. Speaking of that, can I make out any bits of information being thrown back and forth?
Yeah. So, in common, those who can hear, just male voices, female voices, young, old, and just different phrases. Almost like it's phrases caught in time. Almost. Uh, uh, Pass me the water. Have you seen my hometown? I haven't seen my mother in a long time. Everything from that to like just almost like disembodied screams, guttural grunts.
And
But
more or less the same thing in Dwarvish and Elvish.
yeah, just nonsensical, almost talk, almost gibberish.
Is that something dark is afoot?
Yes, I would agree with that. This is odd.
This
think
is
we
more
should.
than odd. This is dark magic. A ritual of some sort. I can sense it on the.
I want to check to see if I can sense this thing that Cass can seem to sense.
Okay. You're not sensing anything magical at this point. Not that you can really put a finger on. I mean, you're hearing it all, and it is unsettling. It does put you at unease, but you're not sensing any aura of magic floating through the halls.
I sense an aura of magic floating through the hall.
That's weird. I don't
Your-
sense anything.
Your senses have always been top-notch, Cask.
I know.
I think we should
Oh.
proceed with caution.
Agreed.
Oh, you sense something? Maybe you should go first then?
Ruh-roh.
I shall go.
Okay.
And we follow.
Yeah.
I give some side eye, but I also call the bluff.
Okay. As you guys
I
are
didn't
moving-
notice. I was like, oh, okay. Totally.
Okay. Are you guys moving stealthily?
Yes.
I would just yes.
Slowly.
Okay. All right. As quietly as you can, you're moving. You do hear the voices getting louder, but it's still the same gibberish. The closer you're getting to it, as you turn the corner, you do hear almost like this dropping of meat on the ground and then dragging. So it's almost like a and then drag, and then drag, and then drag, and the voices.
All right. It is a beatboxing monster.
A meat boxing.
Boots and casket, boots and casket, boots.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's too perfect.
Please. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. What are you guys doing?
Do you see anything around the corner?
I do not, but I think we should prepare for combat.
Combat.
What? We're always so cautious. Why don't we just move?
Oh, you should go first then, yes?
All right. And I'm just going to kind of go up to the front of the group and walk normal.
Okay.
But stealthily.
So
Stealthily
Zada,
normal.
Normal but stealthy.
So
Fast.
Zada, as you turn the corner, you could almost sense that something was in front of you. Moth, as you came around the corner, you see this beast start to just slowly creep forward. And what it looks like is just this mass of tissue and muscle and sinew, eyes, like hundreds of eyes, hundreds of teeth, all kind of just chattering at the same time. The eyes, some of them as you come into view, they all dart over at you, and then it starts creeping down the hall towards you. And do me a favor and let's roll for initiative.
Yes.
Ooh.
I hide behind Killan on all fours. Just low
I
to the
love
ground.
when I get a 20 on initiative because that's
I
when
made
it matters.
Yes.
Oh, dirty 20 also.
I rolled a dirty 20 as well.
So I rolled an
Alright.
actual 20. So with my initiative, it is 23.
Well, aren't we cool?
Not actually, though. I'd rather roll a 20 on any sort of check.
This initiative roll brought to you by NASA.
Jesus.
Oh, nice. We'll send you to space.
All right,
Maybe.
Boot, what did you get?
23.
23. Bree, what did you get?
17.
Okay, Cask, what did you get?
20.
All right, Kellen, what did you get?
Wow, I get the lowest. I get the lowest with 12?
12, okay.
Wow.
Moth, what did you get?
20.
All right, Zada, what did you get?
A 16.
Okay, Moth and Cass, can you do a roll off for me?
Flat roll or initiative?
Flat roll.
Roll off. Roll
Roll
off.
off.
This roll off brought to you
Oh,
by
baby. 8.
3.
8.
So, where were you at, Cass? There you are. All right.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Oh no, he has no spell slots.
Yeah.
He's celebrating for no reason.
I have nothing. Okay.
All right. Ba-da-da-da.
Ba-da-da-da.
Get him, Boot.
Jefferson.
I take it. Just some Sanford and Sons. All right. I take it it is I that is up first.
You will be up first, yeah.
Next time on Dragon
It's
Ball Z.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Sponsored by Cartoon.
Boot
Boot
Ball
and
Z.
Company is stranded in the Serpent Slayer. Will they be able to overcome Frieza and the gang? Or will they... Anyway, all right.
Will they summon Shenron?
I'm done.
All right. So you guys have rolled your initiative. You have this beast in front of you, this towering beast, medium sized, but towering to you guys. Roughly about 9 feet tall, but just this ball of mass coming straight towards you. And Boot, you are up. Cask, you are on deck.
So I hear the party react in the ways that I assume they do.
Mhm.
I can't see anything, so I'm going to run up behind them as my bow is drawn and say, "Oi, everyone, duck!" and draw my bow and deliver a shot from my
Shoot a
longbow. Family to the kisser.
Shoot your shot.
18 plus
Do me a
5, so 20.
Yeah, do me a favor and go and do with disadvantage, just because you do have multiple
fuck.
people in front of you.
Oh, 16 plus 5, so 21 is my disadvantage. Not too
Nice.
shabby.
Nice.
Look at you right on the mark, and you hit it.
Woo!
I should hope so. Then 8. 4 plus 7 damage.
All right. What you see, Boot, between these bodies that you just you clothesline your arrow through. It looks like the arrow goes in. The beast lets out like a, and then the arrow just kind of disappears deep inside of this beast. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next up is Cask. Moth, you're on deck.
Okay.
Fire first, ask questions later, apparently.
You're
It's
gonna
a-
be asking questions to it.
Wall of flesh. So I'll go ahead and run up next to Boot. See this thing. Okay. And I'll just go. I'll cast Vicious Mockery, and I'll say, "Oh shit, Moth, it's your mother!" And I'll cast it.
Who's it on?
Yeah,
It's not the
attacking
thing.
Moth?
Yeah, I'm damaging Moth. No.
Okay. All right. So what does that do, Cask?
You have to make a Wisdom saving throw of 14 or higher.
And Moth is collateral damage.
Apparently, it threw me off a minute. Yeah, he doesn't have anything. All right, so straight up 3.
Woo! All right, that's gonna be 1 whole damage of psychic ouchies.
All right. Again, just another guttural. As it takes.
Oh, that's exactly what Moth's mother said. Sorry, Moth.
Moth, you're hearing all this, and it is your turn.
I'm just inspiring him.
I'm gonna look over at Cask and be like, "Don't ever talk shit about my mother again." And then I'm gonna turn over, and I'm gonna throw an axe both my axes as hard as I can, right at an eyeball, and hopefully hit.
Okay. So
Actually, I'm sorry. I still have my great axe out, so I'm gonna run up to it, and I'm going to, well, kind of all like heroic. Don't talk shit about me, mom. And I'm gonna run as fast as I can, and I'm just gonna kind of come down on top of this creature's head with my great axe.
Yeah, you are. All right, let's do it.
All right.
Two-handed, right?
Two-handed. And 2 hits. That is a natural 20.
Yeah.
And
I knew it'd work.
technically a 25, but natural 20.
Natural 20, okay.
And then damage-wise, that is going to be 14 damage.
14 total. All right. Yeah, so you run up on it, two-handed overhand with your axe, slicing what
Excuse me,
would
15.
be
15, yeah.
what could be a killing blow on most things you would imagine. The cut that you make almost seems to reform, but you do hear again this guttural like "Rrrr!" and more voices just coming at you in every language you pick up in Orcish. They're coming after me, mother! And just nonsense. But that's your move, and you do hit it.
Oh boy. Okay.
All right. And Moth, after that happens, you are getting attacked. $13 on one, and a 19 on the other.
The 19 hits.
Okay. All right. All right, Moth, go ahead and do me a favor, and let's take 5 points of damage.
All right.
All right, so again, it just almost engulfs you, or tries to engulf you, as parts of this tissue just reach around you, grabbing your arm, slipping off, pulling you closer into it. It tries biting you once, misses, then comes back for another bite on the other side, just taking a huge chunk out of your shoulder.
Oh, I take half damage. No, I'm not. Never mind. I'm not in.
You're not in range.
I'm not in range. Yeah.
Okay, and then next up we have Bree, Zada on deck.
Okay, so I'm just going to move 2 spaces in front of Sarah. Like, well, not exactly in front, but here. And I'm going to use the short bow that I just picked up. And that's 16 to hit. That's
yeah,
it?
got it.
Okay.
Got it.
And sneak attack. So that's 8 damage.
Okay. All right. Again, you come over there and you hit it. And what you see that's different than from the other times is just when you came down with your sword, just a chunk of meat just flew off. It didn't reform. You see just kind of oozing, not quite even blood, but more like gelatin just kind of just oozing out of the wound that you cut. Eyeball falling on the ground, just kind of looking up at you.
We might need fire.
Okay, and then Zada, you are Bree. Anything else you can do or want to do?
I'm going to just squeeze here, just say, like, here. That's it.
Okay, Zada, you are up, and Kellen, you're on deck.
As I hear Bree say that, I say, "Your wish is my command." And I slam the staff on the ground, and a flame erupts from the tip and just shoots out. Just like a giant flaming penis.
Okay, all right,
That seems dangerous.
let's do it.
That is a 16 to hit.
Got it.
Sweet. Where is my D10? 7 flaming penis damage.
All right, again, from Zada's staff, you see this phallic image of fire just shoot from the tip of his staff, arcing over Bree, arcing over Moth, hitting directly onto the beast. Tissue smoldering, smells like bacon at this point. Eyeballs just popping. And again, that guttural just, what's in the baby?
All right, and then I would just like to use my movement to come up along the other side of this rock formation.
Okay, all right. Kellen, you are up.
So I will do a Molotov cocktail with new dice.
Stand back.
So I'll just be like, I hope that spell or whatever wore off that kept me from landing these. Hold on, let me see. And I'll toss it out. And you are shitting me. New dice. New dice. I rolled a 10.
You hit it.
No fucking way.
You hit it.
The curse is broken.
Oh, it's a low curve, my friend, but you hit it. Let's roll for damage.
All right. So that is 5 damage.
Yay!
Again, this one isn't as penis shaped, but the fire, the moth cocktail, just barrels toward the beast, arcing over Moth. One of the mouths that are open, just talking nonsensical about, "Oh, we're never going to get home, Sally!" And then just boom, the Molotov cocktail explodes in the mouth, setting inside of the beast on fire. Still moving, still gyrating, still screaming from different mouths. Kellen, anything else you can or want to do?
Maybe we should ask what its motivation is. And that's where I'll end my turn.
Okay. All right, we are back at the top of the order. Boot, you're on deck. Or Boot, your turn. Cask on deck. Boot, you might be muted again, mate.
Yep. Is the fleshy creature still alive at this point? No, he is.
He's still moving.
All right. Well, I'm gonna 6 feet is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. And I shall, with my bardic inspiration, deliver what I believe shall be the killing blow on this foul creature. 20, not natural to hit.
Okay.
Wait, you didn't need to use the bardic inspiration though, right? Because you have advantage because Moth is right there.
Oh, I do have advantage. So, because it is sneak attack. Technically, that is true. Well, in that case, it is 15 and then 20 not natural without the bardic inspiration. So,
all right, we'll do that then. You hit it.
Keep that on deck. All right.
Let's roll for some damage.
2, 2 plus 3, 5 plus a d6. 6 damage.
Okay.
Like
Alright.
a powerful 6.
Powerful 6. It is a powerful 6. And again, the beast just accepts your blow, and again gyrates back, and then with almost like a tidal wave coming towards Moth, these series of mouths and eyes just we're never leaving, and then boom, hits the ground, but still alive, grabbing towards Moth's ankles, grabbing towards his legs, and still moving, but clearly he is or it. I don't want to assign a gender there. Is
That's where you draw the line, Terry.
That's where I draw the fucking line, guys.
I don't know where this fleshless mass identifies.
But he is. It is in pain right now. Cask, you are up.
I say, you look like what I threw up last week.
All right. I'm assuming vicious.
Yes.
All right, I got a 4.
Hey, that's
Let's
gonna
do
be
damage.
1d4 damage, and that's gonna be 3 damage.
All
Look
right.
at me, frontliner.
For giggles, Cask, tell us how you dispatch this poor soul.
Okay, so you see a single tear run out of every single eye on this thing. Every mouth turns down in a little sad face, and it slowly deflates to the ground in front of Moth.
It melts away.
I'm gonna look over my shoulder while this happens. I'm gonna be real honest with you. This thing looks nothing like me, Mom.
All right, and with that, the beast falls to the ground, motionless, and it is dead.
What is the purpose of something like that in a temple dungeon? This place is freaking weird, man.
Weren't you listening to the Denel and the necromancy and the experiments and the
That's not
Thry-Kreen?
necromancy. That
was not
necromancy.
specifically,
I'm gonna
but
yell
that was
out
definitely an
shushing
experiment.
noises. Say shh, shh, shh,
Okay.
and continue to run down and peer down the hallway, see if
Okay.
there's anything further down, and just
So-
like kind of motion to be quiet.
All right. As you approach, you're hearing a voice. What you see down this long hallway. The tunnel ends, and to your left at the far end is a door. What you can assume behind the door, you hear a voice. It sounds like a noble voice, but you really can't make out the words at this point. Is everyone following him, or Boot, are you by yourself?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna motion everybody to be quiet, and then also motion them to come in. So kind of one of these.
Okay.
I
All
appear
right.
behind him as if I was always there.
Okay. Kellen or
Me and
Kat,
Kellen,
are y'all with
Kellen
me?
and Cask are going, what are you talking about? Oh, okay, I guess not.
With the beast silent, it's coming clear. You're hearing voices, and what you hear in a noble voice behind this door, loud, almost like it's being amplified somehow. You hear, "My love, this was not a future I planned for. Nevertheless, know that this is not the end, and we will see each other again. Is that good, Christoph?" And then another voice you hear, "Oh, that's perfect." And then again you hear, "My love, this was not a future I planned for. Nevertheless, know that this is not the end, and we will see each other again."
I recognize.
Is that good, Christoph? And then another voice, "Perfect."
Ah, love it.
And with that, we're
my
gonna
God.
end episode 9.
Ah.
Oh my god, I got chills. Ah!
Ah!
So